Now, say my name.
REID.
You're goddamn right.
Sup, dude? Unicorns are extremely valuable and very hard to find. Lucky for Minnesota, they somehow stumbled upon 2 of them. Flashback to 2015, they got their first unicorn with the first pick of the 2015 draft.
Then I came to Minnesota and they decided to call me Big Purr. What the fuck is that?
Big Purr.
Big Purr?
Oh, I like Big Purr better.
No, don't fucking do that.
Prior to the NBA, Cat was highly touted because of his size, athleticism, shooting, and defense. He reminded some of LaMarcus Aldridge because of his sweet stroke, but there wasn't really a perfect comparison because he was just so unique. Fast forward to now, in just 9 seasons, he's become arguably the greatest three-point shooting big of all time, putting up a little over 4 threes a night, connecting on 40% of them. Whether you like him or not, you gotta acknowledge how special that dude is. Now, I wouldn't go as far to say as he changed the game, but he'll most certainly go down in history as one of the most important pieces of the big man three-point revolution. While Cat's cool and all, Minnesota's other unicorn is in another stratosphere of cool. The dude's cooler than a polar bear in a snowstorm with sunglasses on. He's cooler than a cucumber in an ice bath in the North Pole with a fan club of penguins cheering him on. He's Naz fucking Reid. Naz Reid is a 6'9", nice, 264-pound bucket-getting machine. Before I get into his NBA career, let's take a trip back to his high school days. Back then, Naz was referred to as Big Jelly and was a member of the Jelly Fam, an extremely popular group from like 6 years ago, consisting of high school hoopers from Harlem and New Jersey. The 2 dudes I remember are Javon Quinterly and Isaiah Washington. Them, along with the other members, were known for the cool little finger rolls they did. Back in 2017, dudes couldn't get enough of these guys. Their clips went viral on social media all the time. The movement was so big, they were able to turn it into a brand, and even now they have their own team in the Overtime League. While they were very successful on social media, the only one who made it to the big leagues was Naz Reid. Javon and Isaiah are both in like their 7th year of college basketball, and while I was researching the other guys, I found that one of the founders, Jaquay James, got arrested in high school for slapping some kid's bare ass with a belt. I may have understood the article wrong, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. And it gets worse. In another complaint, he was said to be slapping a different kid's bare ass with just his hand. He ended up getting charged with 2 counts of simple assault, but whatever, who cares? I just want to know what the hell was going on in that high school. Why were there 2 dudes getting their naked cheeks slapped by Jaquay? What kind of freaky ass bullying do they do up in New York? Anyway, I'm going off track. Back to Naz Reid. He ended up earning a scholarship to Shaq's alma mater and throat-throttled everything in his path there. Per 100 possessions, he averaged 28 points and 15 rebounds during his freshman year. After that, he decided to put his name in the draft, but things didn't really go to plan. He went undrafted because he was fat as hell. At the combine, his body fat percentage was measured at 14%, which was the highest at the combine by a landslide. The dude was doing his best Charles Barkley impersonation. Nobody else was even in double digits, but thankfully the Wolves believe all bodies are beautiful and they picked him up a few weeks later. Ever since then, it's been history. There's not a single Timberwolves fan who doesn't love the guy. Naz Reid is a god in their community, and for good reason. The dude is a complete joy to watch on the basketball court. He brought his Jelly Fam swag to the league. The big fella doesn't play like a traditional big fella. First of all, he's got a deadly strap on him. He's the best three-point slinging center in the league, shooting nearly 40% on 5 attempts a night. Just a week or 2 ago, he put 7 through the net in a 27-point masterclass. In that game, he was a spot-up machine and didn't really show off his ball handling, but let me tell you, this dude can handle balls better than your mom. His in-and-out dribble is a work of goddamn art. Watch him violate Jeremy Sohan with it. The way he plays is unfathomable. If a coach from the 70s saw this fucker, he'd have a heart attack. On top of his ball handling and three-point shooting, he's also a very talented scorer and close, whether it be a dunk, hook, or big jelly. As of right now, he's missed just 16 out of 66 shots, which is a blistering hot 76%. I didn't check league average, but that sounds pretty damn high. He's a complete scoring god. So far this season, he's playing 22 minutes a night, averaging 13 points on basically 50-40-90 efficiency. Per 100, his scoring average jumps all the way up to 29 points. I kinda hate how he's on a team with 2 all-star big men, cause imagine what he'd be doing as the first option on a bad team. He'd be putting up wilt numbers. And not only is he amazing offensively, but on defense he's pretty stellar too. Standing at 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan, he's got great size that allows him to be a very versatile big man. He can test shots at the hoop very well and gets a decent amount of blocks. He can also switch out of the paint and hold his own on the perimeter thanks to his quick feet. Naz Reid can quite literally do it all. What's scary about that is he's not even in his final form yet. I can't tell you when he'll get there, but you'll know. After doing all this research on him, I I've come to find he doesn't have many weaknesses, but one of his few happens to be the most beautiful shot on the court, the mid-range shot. So far this season, he shot 7 of them and made just 3. He needs to link up with mid-range legend Sean Livingston and learn a thing or two. Speaking of Sean, I made a little video talking about him. You can click here to watch it. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed. Bye, dude.